Do you hear the Chris Hansen bad check story?
Yeah. Oh, we have evidence.
Oh my God. Is that nuts?
We are among the 55 mugs.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Jesus.
Yeah.
Is that it? There were just 55 mugs that he's bouncing checks for him?
I feel like this is like Lord of the Rings, when 9 rings were stolen by Chris Hansen and distributed to media outlets.
Have a seat. Always
Bring
that.
them into the elves with their own podcast. Racist and offensive.
That is fantastic. Yeah, apparently the guy that he was buying the merchandise from, he gave him a check for $13,000, and the check bounced, and he just kept putting him off and saying, "All right, I'll pay you. I'll write you another check. I'll pay you cash," and he would never show up, or he'd write another check, and that one would bounce. So after numerous times, the guy went to the police and said, "Hey, this Chris Hansen's passing bad checks. And the police warned him, "Look, this is larceny. You have to pay this guy or we're going to have to arrest you." Chris said, "Okay, I'll pay him." Gives him a check. That check bounces. So that's what, like, if there's one check that you want to make sure doesn't bounce, it's the ones the cops told you to write, or else you're getting arrested. That one bounced, and they took him in, and his mugshot's up there online, and he got arrested for passing bad checks. He told the guy, he goes, "I'll pay you. I just had to sell a boat." Like, he had to sell a boat. What the hell has happened to Chris Hansen? I had to assume he made some money over the course of time, but I guess maybe divorce and maybe that lawsuit with that guy that blew his brains out for Catch a Predator.
Well, NBC settled that lawsuit, so I don't think that came out of Chris's pocket. But when he slept with that NBC employee who was also married, and his wife divorced him, I think that split all that Catching a Predator money right down the fucking center, Jeff Bezos style. And then when he came on our show, he was promoting his new show, Hansen versus Predator, over on True TV, I think. And I don't know if True TV pays very well. I don't know what the deal is, but I mean, I don't think any of us here would struggle to come up with $13,000 if the police were coming knocking. If we didn't, you know,
if they tell you that you have to write a check that won't bounce.
I wonder if they tackled him outside his residence in a ghillie suit.
That's so fucking funny. I hope that I hope that he doesn't defend himself on the grounds of the check at all. Just all questions responded to with like, "Not once have I fucked a kid. I've never. You're gonna put me in jail even though I haven't fucked a kid? Really? That's what you're gonna do? That's what he should do. Do you know how many rapists I've put in jail? You think I can't scam a mom and pop coffee mug shop out of $13,000?
He came on this show.
What's the price of a pristine child's ass? I ask you that.
He came on our show, and I tried to gather a little
Yeah.
sympathy for having, you know, some child porn on your computer, right? Like, what if you just go to 4chan and it downloads every image on the page? You don't know what could be there. It's random.
Here's your cellmate, Chris. This is Pete from Cleveland. You might remember destroying his life. Why don't we leave you two alone to get reacquainted?
Dude,
my wife moved my children to Alaska.
Dude, if you're a fucking rapist,
my parents changed their last name.
Imagine the joy of having Chris Hansen ushered into your cell if he put you there and you're a rapist. Like you're thinking like, I knew God was on my side. Like that's what that guy's gonna be thinking.
In the Bible, these girls are 12, 13 all the time. God was with me the whole time. The loved man will not stand before Big Mike Catrelli. And neither Chris Hansen.
The funniest fucking defense. If it's like, Your Honor, I'm a good Christian.
Yeah. Like I was helping this girl. I was going to tell her not to invite men over her house.
Yeah.
I love that excuse.
And you definitely don't want to let them do this. And if he starts doing this, and that part of his body called the penis starts to grow, you definitely, no, come back. Come back. I'm showing you. This is educational.
I was talking about today how like they sometimes you'd get the transcripts of the guys going, all right, well, don't say that because I don't know if Chris Hansen, you know, NBC, because To Catch a Predator might be. They have it in the transcripts that he's talking to this girl about. And he still doesn't recognize it when she's at the door going, come on in, I got to do the laundry, but you can wait here. Like, it's exactly like the show, but he's just so frothed up that he can't. The little bit of doubt in his head, like, maybe it is sex with a teen.
What do we think of this mugshot?
It's never sex with a teen.
Well, I think he's lost a little weight. I think he's lost a little weight. He plumped up a little bit, frankly speaking, last time we saw him. And
he was. Did he? It didn't catch my attention.
Yeah, I'd say he put on about 40 good pounds. He looks back in pedophile catching shape. If I did myself.
He was on my show a couple of times too, and he looked like he was putting on a little weight.
He's not bad in this picture. Look. He's not going to look like he did 30 years ago. That's just not one of the items on the menu. You can't have that. So for a guy that's aging, he's not having a good day, but he looks okay.
So what are you going to do with this picture? I hope you don't use it for sex. I like the guy. Like, he's been on my show, like I said, and he's a good guy. He's funny. He's got a lot of cool life experiences and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I saw this, and right when I heard like Chris Hansen got arrested, before I knew any details, I was just like, oh no, please don't make this really, really ironic.
Same. I was like, oh God, please don't let it be a little girl. Please don't let it be a little girl. And he did this whole thing as a bit, to get him on the to understand the system that catches child predators, so that he could be the greatest of them all.
Dude, it would be the ultimate, like how they all end up being soccer coaches or some way to get in there. Yeah. That would be nothing compared to what Chris Hansen would have done to get into that whole area unscathed.
If he was the Bill Cosby of child fuckery, like how blown would your mind be? Especially we spoke to the man, and I agree. I'm with you. I really loved his program back in the day when I would see it before YouTube was a thing, and I could just pull up the best of. Like, it would be like, oh, To Catch a Predator's on tonight at 9. Clear my schedule. We're watching fucking NBC tonight. Let's get come over here. No, I'm not going to your house. You come to my house. We're watching Chris Hansen. He's gonna catch some pedophiles. Yeah. Did you see the last one? He caught the guy, and they caught him a second time at McDonald's after he let him go. The guy, it's so fun and such a weird experience to watch a horrible person's life end before your eyes.
I like it.
They're done.
But if he ended up touching kids, like if that actually happened, it obviously didn't, but if it did, the only fair thing to do, because his judgment's clearly clouded, is to release all of those poor, now newfound innocent men who he's locked up over the years.
You think so? He was just taking out the competition.
He was taking out the competition. That's what it was. He was like price fixing, but pedophiles.
He was like, it's really hard to pick up a 12-year-old girl with all these hot studs running around in their 30s. But if I could clear the waters a little bit.
He was asking, like, so you managed to get this 13-year-old here naked within half an hour of talking. How'd you do that?
Dude, the people on the show, the Predators, the magic in the show is how defeated they were. Like, they knew what they were doing was wrong. He's just like, what are you doing? I have the transcripts. I know what you said. I know why you're here. And they briefly hold on to this, like, we said we were going to have cookies. I thought maybe that was it. And he's like, no, that's not true. And then he reads like an incriminating part.
You said here that you wanted her cat to lick her while you beeped her beep. And the guy's like, please don't read that.
The guy's just like,
that's a line from a popular song.
They would try the excuses, and then at one point when they would just go, please just let me go. This doesn't have to air. Please don't do this to me. And you're like, that's it. That's the last one. He's begging. Well, now you're free to go. I know this. I don't think I'm free to go.
Yeah.
At the beginning, the first season, I think they were free to go because he was just working with Perverted Justice, and they hadn't had the police involved yet. So he'd be like, all right, you're free to go. Your life is destroyed, but just have a great time. And but then they started getting the cops tackling them. which
By
was
the
great.
way, this airs in April. Make sure your family tunes in, Coach.
Yeah.
I'd love for the guy to be clever. Like, you're free to go. He just starts running out the back kitchen door. See if you can get away.
Yeah.
They're back there too. They're back
Are
there
they?
too.
No.
Imagine that if they're like,
how many guys in ghillie suits do they have surrounding the place?
Yeah.
Okay.
The back door. Yeah. Could I just use
known
the
back door
bathroom?
was his first choice based on the transcript.
Your Honor, it
You
was my
might
intention
know
to use
who
the
we
back
are,
door this
but
whole
we
time.
know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you when this airs.
What would you do if you get caught in Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator season 1, and he's like, "This is going to air in May, so act accordingly." How do you act accordingly? You have a wife, 2 kids, you have a job. Let's just say you're.
You got to just go full Chris Benoit.
Oh, wow.
Did he kill everyone? Is he the?
He killed
Not
his whole
me.
family.
I in my head it was like, honey, we should move to Haiti. No reason in particular. Let's just go.
Oh, because you want to die before May.
You got to start building.
You know, your dollar goes so
a
far in
backstory.
Senegal.
Yeah, you got to start building some kind of backstory. Like you come home from work one day and just go, I saw a guy today. I swear I thought I was looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
I swear. He works near me. And then every day you're like, that guy that looks just like me, weird dude. He was like holding hands with a girl. I guess it might have been his daughter, but they were a little too friendly. And then you just play it like that. And then when it airs, you're like, oh my God, that's him, honey. Doesn't he look just like me? He shops where I shop.
He shops, right?
Yeah.
Same name.
Same
Wow.
car.
This piece of, you know what? People are going to think that's me.
The
I'm outraged.
The strangest thing is he's also attracted to children.
Yeah. How odd. Oh, wait. Shit, I blew it.
Damn it.
We're moving to Alaska. We're moving to Alaska, and not like the normal part of Alaska that white people go when they're disgraced. We got to go to the part without cable. We got to go to the part without cable.
We're gonna build our own log cabin.